Do you ever just see a kid that you want to punch because they're so talented? You know, just... After the vanishing of her mother, young Enola Holmes is left in the care of her two older brothers, the famous Sherlock Holmes and the less so, if at all famous, Mycroft Holmes. They mean to make a proper lady of her, but Enola has different plans, chief among them to solve the mystery of her mother's disappearance. Now she must evade her brothers while solving not just her own case, but that of a well-to-do pretty boy who's in constant danger. What a charming movie, man. In large part due to Millie Bobby Brown as Enola Holmes. She is insanely charismatic and surprisingly funny. I knew she could do drama, but once I thought that she couldn't be any more talented, here she comes just making me laugh. So that pisses me off. And then all of a sudden, just somebody crashes their dreamboat into the movie. You know, the HMS Henry Cavill. I mean, I'm not gay, but that chin. Cavill plays Sherlock Holmes with a warmth that I'm not used to seeing in more modern adaptations of the character. And you know what? Honestly, I welcome it. It's nice to see the consulting detective being portrayed as somebody other than a sociopath or a degenerate. Look, I like them all just fine, but if I'm gonna sleep with one of them, it's gonna be Henry Cavill. Sam Claflin plays Mycroft Holmes, and he is a stick in the mud. He is the patriarchy, he is tradition, and he is not really anything like his literary counterpart, save for him working for the government. In the stories, Mycroft Holmes is described as on par, if not exceeding, Sherlock in his deductive reasoning, but he just doesn't like to get his hands dirty. In this movie, he's not as smart as he thinks he is. He's just kind of huffy and just an asshole, really. Which, if I'm being truthful, I didn't really mind. Claflin plays him really well, especially when you take into consideration that he normally plays hunky lead characters. Helena Bonham Carter plays the mother of Enola, Sherlock, and Mycroft. She's absent through most of the movie, but her presence is consistently felt through flashback, and also she's kind of the catalyst for the plot to start. There is a turn with her character that I wasn't expecting. I'm not gonna call it sinister, but it's definitely aggressive. Louis Partridge is delightful as a lord-to-be who seems to be running away from his responsibilities and distracting Enola in the process. You know, young love. Bern Gorman plays a spooky, bowler hat-wearing assassin who has no qualms whatsoever with murdering children. And last but not least, us. Throughout the movie, Enola has these little asides where she talks to the audience, and it makes us feel more like a character in the movie rather than a passive viewer. And I thought that was really cool. She does it so much so, and with such conviction, that I was actively saying duck and run, like it's Dora the Explorer, like I'm a fucking moron.
Do you have any ideas?
The movie is well shot. I didn't have any trouble following action, and there are some genuinely beautiful moments throughout. The musical score isn't half bad either, especially when it gets its moments to breathe. The writing is witty and clever, especially when it comes to Enola's dialogue. And of course that's elevated by Millie Bobby Brown's performance, because she's a fucking wonderkind, and I hate her. There's actually a pretty decent twist in the third act, in the vein of early Sherlock Holmes stories, or even an Agatha Christie novel. You're given all the clues, they're hidden in plain sight, they're there if you're looking. But I wasn't looking because I was just so enamored with how charming this movie was. So that's the reason I didn't know the twist was coming. It's not because I'm an idiot. So, should you watch this movie? You know what? Hell yeah. Absolutely you should. This movie's a lot of fun. It's got drama, it's got comedy, it's got romance, it's got action, it's got Henry Cavill's chiseled features. It's a movie with heart and wit, and I recommend it.